Hello, NBA fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly series here on the NBA, the week that was. Today, we will be analyzing the Milwaukee Bucks, and I have a guest with me. His name is Suyash, and he's a Bucks fan. Introduce yourself, Suyash.
Hi, I'm Suyash, and of course, I'm a Bucks fan. I live in Singapore and known Raghav since sixth grade.
Thank you for being here, Suyash. So, let's get right into it. What are your opinions on the Bucks this year? What did they do well?
Let's just look at the facts. We have the reigning NBA League MVP. We have the best record in the NBA, and some great role players to surround Giannis, including Chris Middleton, who's an All-Star and who grew up with Giannis. And developed into the player that he is. And I think he's a great complementary player for Giannis. And I think that the Bucks will do great even after this extended period of lockdown, and I can see them winning the championship.
Definitely, I agree with. I mean, like as you said, the numbers are like those are the facts.
Yeah.
Giannis is a former MVP. They have the best record in the NBA, and of course, they have great role players. But I like Middleton's he made it to the All-Star game, but I feel
Yeah.
like there's a slept. I really like us, and he's gonna I think develop even more. Is Dante DiVincenzo? I think you guys made a great
Oh
pick
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he definitely is a great 3-and-D wing already, and with his high intensity game, and as he just keeps developing into a more leveled out scorer, and just overall, he is already a great defender. Getting to that next level will make him an elite NBA defender, which I really feel is useful for the Bucks moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a player like Giannis who can score at will inside when he gets inside, you need to surround him with shooters, and he's a great shooter. Along with we have Kyle Korver and Chris Middleton, who are some of the most elite shooters in the NBA.
Yeah, and I think that the Bucks organization have done a good job in building a team around Giannis, catering to his needs. That's what I
Yeah,
feel should do. Like the Pelicans didn't do it with Anthony Davis,
yeah.
but the Bucks are
The
definitely
Kings did
yeah
for Boogie.
yeah like the Bucks are definitely doing it right with surrounding them with centers like Brook Lopez, Robin Lopez. They develop his 3-point shots like the Lopez brothers,
Yeah,
good defensive centers, but can also shoot the three. He's the power forward, obviously. Chris Middleton and Pat Connaughton, Dante DiVincenzo,
yeah.
great.
Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton is also very slept on.
Good.
He's very
Yeah,
athletic as well, makes him a great wing defender. And then
yeah.
he also got George Hill, Eric Bledsoe, and yeah, it's just an overall great Bucks roster. And how do you feel like what was I gonna who like what's their playing style? How do you see the Bucks playing?
Of course, I mean, they center around the league MVP, Giannis, who I honestly feel is in the conversation for the best player in the NBA right now. I mean, there's LeBron, who's amazing, but I honestly think at this point in his career, Giannis is just too dominant. I mean, his frame, his athleticism, and so you have to play through a player like that. So, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing really well. And as I said earlier, they're surrounding him with very nice 3-and-D wings, um, so that they can properly utilize Giannis's skill set.
I like the system that Mike Budenholzer, the former Atlanta Hawks
Yeah,
coach, has employed in
yeah,
Milwaukee because he's a very thinking coach. He knows, and he's a very bold coach. I feel that the
mm,
Bucks and when he coached the Hawks, we were always willing to let teams, his game is all based around the 3-pointer, his coaching style,
mm,
and
yeah,
besides, of course, Giannis doesn't is
yeah,
against that, but he's the one who sets up the offense for the Bucks, which
yeah.
gives Budenholzer such a perfect player for his system. So, do you think there's anything the Bucks can improve on for the next season? I have one or two, but I would like to hear from you first.
Yeah, of course, every team has something they can improve on. But I feel like we could get one little more. While George Hill is great, and Eric Bledsoe is, of course, an amazing defensive player, I think we could get a slightly more a solid point guard, someone who's a better offensive player than Eric Bledsoe. While Eric Bledsoe is amazing on the defensive end, we could get someone over there in the point guard, and of course, another 3-and-D wing would be nice. Someone who we could develop, not someone who's already an all-star, because I don't think we have the cap for that. But someone we could develop. Like we're doing a great job with Pat Connaughton. Someone we could use like Pat Connaughton.
Definitely. I actually wanted to just touch on the point guard situation. I feel that while
Yeah,
Bledsoe's the great, he has a great athleticism and he's
yeah,
a decent player overall. He isn't
yeah,
he isn't that third option that every championship team
mm,
needs these days.
yeah,
So I feel that if he's an expendable player on your team, even though he seems like a
mm,
good player, I would honestly like a player like Derrick Rose in Milwaukee. Providing that third scoring option. You guys already got great defense in the starting lineup. And even though Derrick
mm,
Rose is at an older point in his career, we've seen what he's been doing in Detroit this year, averaging around 18 and 5 a game. And just providing that scoring that he does, even though his game is very similar to Giannis's in the sense that they're both slashers,
mm,
yeah, he's developed his 3-point shot way more than he did
mm.
formally in his career. So I feel Derrick Rose is a good trade target as a already solid player. But there are many
Mm.
other like 3-and-D
Yeah.
projects around the
So
that the Bucks could go for. Like the Raptors went for Rondé Hollis Jefferson and developed him well. So
mm,
something like that for the Bucks.
yeah, I was yeah. So Derrick Rose is a good option, but I was also thinking of someone like a Ricky Rubio or Drew Holiday. I don't know what their situation of leaving their current teams are, but I think those two would be great fits for
I think
our current situation.
Drew Holiday would be the
Drew
best.
Holiday,
But that would
especially,
be
yeah,
you would have to give up more to get him, and Ricky
money,
just
yeah,
signed with the Suns, so I don't know how willing they will be part with him. But I think the dream scenario would be you guys getting Drew Holiday. Like you give up
yeah,
Eric Bledsoe, and, like I don't know, some picks and another developmental player to the
yeah.
Pelicans. But yeah, I definitely like Drew Holiday. So let's end off by talking. How do you think they're gonna do in Orlando?
I think they're going to do great, to be honest. I think they're going to get to the finals for sure because in the East, I don't see anyone else honestly competing. Last year, of course, we got upset by the Raptors. I mean, the Raptors went on to win the championship, but they had, Kawhi Leonard, who one of the few players in the NBA I feel can stop Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one core thing that they had, along with some great offensive players. But this year, I don't see any team that has the potential to overcome the Bucks. Sure, the Raptors still have Siakam, who's amazing talent, and Lowry, of course. Sure, the Celtics have their core, but I think they're still developing. They've had some roadblocks. I don't know. On paper, they're a great team, but they haven't really showcased their talent yet. And I think based on, given last year, Giannis went almost to the finals, and now he really wants to get to the finals. And I think this is the best year that we could do because if we wait too long, Giannis has the opportunity to leave, and we can capitalize on the situation. While it might be tough to win the championship, I think we have a solid chance. But I mean, it's the rest of LeBron, and that's going to be tough. But if anyone can do it in the league at this point, Giannis can.
Definitely. I agree with you for the most part. If there is a team that if I had to choose a team that I honestly also have the Bucks getting out of the East. But if there is a team that I feel could potentially again beat the Bucks would be the Raptors again, because despite not having Kawhi Leonard, Nick Nurse is a basketball genius, and they still have many role players who are big men, such as Ibaka, Siakam, Marc Gasol, Chris Boucher this year. So what they might do, which is scary for the Bucks, is build a wall again, what they did last year. Just stop Giannis from getting to the paint. It's just all about if Giannis has that drive and understanding that he has to trust his teammates. I feel last year in the playoffs, he was like, I need to prove myself. I need to get to the rim, show that I can beat any defense. But he wasn't able to because they obviously had Kawhi. This year, it's slightly easier without Kawhi. But if he can really trust his teammates, such as Middleton and others like Eric Bledsoe, to step it up, then I definitely feel that the Bucks have an easy road into the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But one thing which will make it a lot easier for Giannis this year is that he excels on the fast break. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
That's where he gets a lot of his points and his explosiveness. And on the fast break, it was Kawhi who was going there and bumping him, stopping him. And no other player, maybe Siakam, can try doing that. But then if Siakam comes out there, then it's one less player on the wall.
Yeah.
And Giannis has the talent to score over Justin Ibaka or Justin Gasol. So
Yeah,
I feel it'll be an easier match, but the Raptors are still the only team I feel that can upset.
Definitely. The wall is like still very menacing, but they're definitely going to take a player out of the wall because they don't have that premier wing defense that they do.
Exactly.
But in the finals, dude, I don't know. I feel LeBron is just so dedicated right now and just so adamant about winning this fourth ring. And I feel Giannis is also. It's going to be honestly, we can't really call the finals. I feel both teams. I honestly feel the Bucks have more talent overall, while the Lakers do have Davis and LeBron. I feel there's a major fall off of talent right after that. While the Bucks have levels, they go from Giannis to Middleton to Bledsoe to Lopez, so it's more even. But in the playoffs, I feel it's all about the stars. LeBron's gonna give it his all, play like 45 minutes a game, and just gonna try his hardest to win that.
This is really LeBron's last season to actually go and win his fourth ring. Because next year, if Kawhi and Paul George actually click, I don't see on paper any team beating that team.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. I bet the Lakers are gonna have a challenge, but coming out of the West, even with the Clippers. But I feel that this year it's the Lakers' year.
But again, as I've been saying so far, if one player in the league at this point can really, if he can cement a massive part of his legacy, if he upsets a rested LeBron in this finals now, because if a season from now people could say, oh, LeBron was washed, right? LeBron was so old, older, it doesn't count in Giannis' favor. But given the amount of numbers LeBron's been averaging this year, you can't call him washed right now. So if Giannis really wants to cement himself up there, then he's gonna go and have to win the challenge.
Yeah, those are great way to end this episode. Thank you for being here, Suyash.
Yeah, thank you for having me.